What if there was a single molecule in your body that could completely change the way you feel every single day? Boost your energy, build your muscle, sharpen your focus, and even boost your confidence. Well, my friends, that's testosterone. What is testosterone? Well, testosterone is a key hormone found in both men and women. Though men produce it in higher amounts, it's very important for both. In men, it drives muscle growth, bone density, energy, libido, and mood. And in women, it does a little bit of all of that, but it mainly supports bone strength, libido, and mood. It's produced naturally, primarily in the testes of men and the ovaries of women, with smaller amounts from the adrenal glands. Okay, so that's what testosterone is. Why is it important? And what does it feel like to have low testosterone? Symptoms of low testosterone typically include fatigue or lack of motivation, decreased muscle mass and increased body fat, low libido and mood swings, brain fog, and difficulty focusing. I basically just described 9 out of every 10 men in America, unfortunately, and a lot of women. And guess what? I just described me 2 years ago, completely described myself. It's kind of sad to think about, but there was a time where I thought it was it for me. I thought that I was just destined to be fat, destined to not hold on to muscle, destined to have brain fog, mood swings, and unfortunately low libido. And I found my wife extremely attractive. I was fighting an uphill battle and I had no idea why. Well, that all changed when my dad actually encouraged me to get my blood work done. I was in my mid-30s and I was scared of needles, but I decided to get my blood work done, get a full comprehensive lab, and figure out what my testosterone scores were. And they were freakishly low. So in this video, I want to give you my real life experience, and I want to help educate a few people out there on really what low testosterone feels like, what low testosterone is, and 3 different ways that you can increase it. We'll talk about natural ways to increase testosterone. We'll talk about different supplements that you can take that might help increase your testosterone. And then we'll talk about TRT, or hormone therapy, for the select few that this might be good for. And I am not a doctor. Nothing that I go over in this video is medical advice. I am just sharing my experience, my research, and the things that have absolutely worked for me and the things that haven't, in hopes that it helps 1 or 2 or 3 people out there. I do want to also say that this video is sponsored by Blokes and Joi. Blokes didn't sponsor me in the beginning, and neither did Joi, but now I'm a content creator and it's great to get to work with companies that I truly believe in. I started working with Blokes over a year ago, and they're now the company that I get my quarterly panels with, and we check my testosterone with a registered doctor, all of my comprehensive labs every quarter to see what's working, see what's not, and see what changes that I need to make. And I cannot recommend Blokes for the men enough. Joi is Blokes, but for women. So Joi, my wife, is working with now. Absolutely love it. It's been a complete game changer for both of us. We cannot recommend Blokes and Joi enough. It is definitely the starting place for all of this. So there will be a lot we go over in this video, but I would highly recommend, before you get started on anything, figure out what your testosterone levels are, schedule a consultation with Blokes and Joi. It's a painless process. They send a phlebotomist out to your house or your work. They make it super duper simple, and I definitely recommend you check them out. There will be a link and a discount code. Yep, I said it, a discount code down in the description below for both Blokes and for Joi. So make sure you check that out after this video. All right, so let's go crazy here and talk about what is considered low testosterone, because it's kind of crazy. But low testosterone in men, also known as hypogonadism, is considered anything below 300 nanograms per deciliter. Ng/dl is what you'll see on a lab report. And that's for men. For women, it's anything under 15. Like I mentioned earlier, women don't need as much testosterone, nor do they produce as much testosterone as men. So that's the low end. Let's talk about the normal range. So the normal range is anything between 300 and 1,000 in men. That's a massive range that a lot of people completely disagree with. And for women, it's 15 to 70. Those are some massive swings for normal range. If you ask me, and I'm not a doctor and nothing that I say actually really matters, that doesn't seem right. Because I can tell you that when I first got my blood work done, my testosterone levels were under 300. And I was a early 30s guy who worked out 5 days a week. I stayed as active as I possibly could, and I didn't work a super sedentary job. I had the ability to get up and move around and run and stand and eat right and all of that stuff that we're gonna talk about later on in this video, but my testosterone levels were insanely low for my age. And right now, at the time of shooting this video, the last panel that I did, which was just 2.5 months ago, my testosterone levels were just over 1,000. which is just over the normal range. And I have tried everything that we're gonna talk about in this video, but I can tell you that the feelings back when I was under 300 to the feelings of being around 500 to 600, which would be considered normal, to the feelings that I have right now just over the normal range, all three completely different feelings, all three completely different lives. And the reason that I wanted to make this video, because I want to explain to every viewer out there what it feels like to have optimal testosterone levels. What does it feel like to have optimal testosterone levels? Well, imagine waking up every morning and not feeling groggy, having boundless energy, waking up and feeling like you had the best sleep of your life and you have all the energy that you can need. Imagine crushing your workouts, like not just getting through them, but crushing your workouts and smiling through it. Imagine feeling sharp, feeling confident, loving who you see when you look in the mirror, and maintaining a lean, muscular physique. And not to get too personal, but imagine every time you see your wife or she just grazes by your skin, things feel different. It's amazing. Like it's amazing. That's what optimized testosterone feels like. It really should like coin the phrase thriving, not surviving. Now that we know how important optimized testosterone levels is, let's dive into the steps that you can actually take to naturally boost your testosterone. And you can do so starting today, right now. First, we're gonna talk about natural ways that you can actually boost your testosterone. Now, once again, I'm not a doctor, not medical advice. These are things that I've actually done, and I have tested my testosterone levels along the way, and some of these things actually worked a little bit. And it's gonna work differently for everybody. Let me go ahead and set the foundation here. If you are 450 pounds and you've never worked out a day in your life and you check all those boxes of low T, there's gonna be some things you're gonna go through. There's gonna be some additional challenges. And you know what? Some of the things we're gonna talk about in this video, you might be a hyper responder to. You might do a few of these natural things and it completely change your life and boost your testosterone levels. And to some people, you might be doing so much right and you might have to take TRT. I'm not a doctor and I'm not telling you what to do, but you might be doing so many things right, but your body's just not a hyper responder to the things we're gonna talk about in this video. And hormone therapy might be an option for you. It might be something that you're gonna wanna do. Now, I'm not gonna try to prescribe you anything. This is why I highly recommend working with a company like Blokes, because they're not gonna just give you testosterone. If you try all the right things and nothing improves your life and you're actually giving it a valiant effort, you might need hormone therapy. And that's okay. I just wanted to set the foundation that everyone's going to react differently to all these things. Let me stop yapping and let me tell you what they are. So the first way to boost your testosterone naturally is to get quality sleep. Sleep is essential because testosterone is mainly produced while we sleep, and primarily during your REM sleep. Your REM sleep is the most critical phase of sleep. That's where so much positive stuff happens inside the body, more than just testosterone production. But it's one of those things, poor sleep will reduce your testosterone. It just will. You've got to focus on getting quality sleep. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go to sleep at 9 and wake up at 6 or whatever. Everybody's going to have different sleeping habits, but there is some things you can do to optimize your sleep and get some quality REM. The first thing is, if you can, stick to a consistent bedtime. There's something inside your body, it's an internal clock called the circadian rhythm, and there's a few things you can do to reset your circadian rhythm, but one of the best things you can do is to have a consistent bedtime. If it's 10 o'clock, go to bed at 10 o'clock every night of the week. If it's 8 o'clock, go to bed at 8, whatever time it is, figure it out, prioritize your sleep, and go to bed at the same time every night of the week. Your body will recognize this is when we're going to bed. It'll make it easier for you to fall asleep. It'll make it easier for your body to stay into a deep sleep, and you will wake up so much more refreshed, and your testosterone levels just might climb. The second thing you can do to increase the quality sleep is to, as soon as you wake up in the morning, get right outside, get your bare feet on the ground, and if possible, get some morning sunlight. Getting early morning sunlight is proven to help reset your circadian rhythm. And when I say it's proven, I'm not gonna read you any research paper. I'm gonna tell you that I was one of those guys who never got quality sleep, and I heard Andrew Huberman talk about get up, get outside, barefoot on the ground, get some sunlight. I started doing it, and guess what? I can go right to sleep after drinking a pot of coffee at night, which I don't recommend. And I wake up around the same time every single day without an alarm clock. I was one of those people who said, this guy's just saying things. And then I tried it and it works. And it works for pretty much everybody who does it. So get outside, put your bare feet on the ground, and get morning sunlight every morning. I'd say to do that within the first 15 minutes of being out of your bed. The next way to increase your sleep is to limit blue lights. Now, blue lights might seem weird. Limit fluorescent lights, limit lights, like turn the lights off in your house. I've added some very cheap and affordable red lights around my house as night lights. I've gotten rid of all of the regular television, and I have Apple TV because there is a setting, just like on my phone, where I can set this little triple click. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, boom. And my screen turns red. I do the same thing with our TV. So if we are watching a show, the time just changed. So the sun does go down a little earlier. Doesn't mean that we go to bed earlier, since the time is the time. But we'll actually turn our TVs red. So if we're watching a show, we turn it red. And your eyes adjust really fast. We have some lights in our kitchen that are like night lights that turn red. And all the lights in our house are red. And if you can, extra credit if you can just use candles or a fireplace as your light when the sun goes down. But limiting blue light from the time the sun goes down to the time the sun rises is a really cool way to get better quality sleep. If you can't do that, if you work late and you're just exposed to lights, get some of those blue light blocking glasses. No affiliation to anybody. There's a lot of great options out there. You can buy the really, really expensive ones, or you can buy the cheap ones on Amazon, but they do work. So get some of those blue light blocking glasses. They're kind of trendy now too. And wear those after the sun goes down. It'll help your body keep in its circadian rhythm and allow you to get a higher quality amount of sleep. And then the last suggestion is like the time of sleep is try to get between 7 and 9 hours. 8 hours is definitely recommended, but between 7 and 9 hours is priority. Like that's what you need to get the amount of REM sleep you need to naturally increase your testosterone. I do have a recommendation for anybody who can afford it. There is a company called 8 Sleep. It's a company that sent me their product and I got the opportunity to review it. I wasn't even excited about it when I got it. It sat in a box in my living room for like 2 months before I actually set it up. It is now something I don't know if I could live without. And I say that I could, but man, 8 Sleep is amazing. It cools the mattress down on both sides, my inside and my wife's side, totally different based off our body temperature, based off of our sleep. And it makes adjustments throughout the night to help you stay in a deep REM sleep and get deep sleep and get the amount of sleep that you need. It's an incredible product. I have a full review video about it that I would recommend watching if you've never heard of it. And if you want to get an 8 Sleep, I do have a pretty stellar discount code. It's down in the description below this video. This isn't sponsored by 8 Sleep, but man, if getting quality sleep is something you struggle with, or if you're a hot sleeper or you're a cold sleeper, it's one of those things that you literally just put it on top of your current mattress. You don't have to go buy a whole new bed like those Tempur-Pedics and all that stuff. Just put it on your current mattress. Holy smokes, it's amazing. I wish everybody could just have an 8 Sleep because it would change a lot of people's lives. But in summary, get quality sleep. The next natural option is to adopt a testosterone-friendly diet. What's a testosterone-friendly diet? Well, there's nutrients that help your body produce more testosterone, like zinc and magnesium and even vitamin D. Those are essential for testosterone production. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what diet to do because I currently am on like the 80% animal-based, 20% American diet, meaning 20% of the time I eat junk food. I eat the junk American diet that most people eat as 100% of their diet, but I'll grab a cheeseburger from a fast food restaurant. I'm not perfect, and I don't claim to be. That's definitely something I need to work on, but I don't currently care to, and things have been fine. So I do an 80% animal-based diet like Paul Saladino recommends, which is mainly carnivore, organ meats, red meat, grass-fed. I do a lot of butter, milk, cheese. I do a lot of creams, honey, and a lot of fruit. Really love fruit. I eat probably way too much fruit, but man, it feels so good when I eat it. That's what I do. And then 20% of the time we go to the ice cream shop, or we just grab whatever fast food, or we order out, because we are just like everybody in the world where we have 4 kids and life is fast and it's busy and we can't always cook all the time. Like, it would be great if we could. And I can tell you, when I did really focus on my diet, I felt it. I truly know, like, okay, it's time to get dialed back in a little bit. So if we prioritize foods with healthy fats like avocados, healthy nuts, olive oil, quality stuff. It's got to be quality. These healthy fats help because testosterone is derived from cholesterol, and we need healthy fats to have cholesterol. Eating high protein foods like animal-based meats, that helps support muscle growth and recovery. Amino acids are insanely important. I wish we could start changing the lingo that we talk about, because when we talk about protein, there's some vegans watching this, so they're gonna be like, okay, cool, I'll increase my plant-based protein. Cool, that's amazing. I will tell you that what I have learned and experienced as somebody who went vegan for a full year and felt worse than I've ever felt in my life, the amino acid profiles from a vegan protein versus the amino acid profiles of an animal-based diet, totally different. And it's not so much protein, and it's not so much like meat versus plants, it's amino acids. That's what our body needs to rebuild. So whatever you gotta do, try to increase the full amino acid profile in your body, because that will help with muscle recovery, muscle growth, and overall recovery, which will also help with sleep. And all this will help boost testosterone. It should help boost testosterone. Did you know there's also some testosterone boosting nutrients like zinc? And the most bioavailable form of zinc comes from oysters, if you can stomach it, or pumpkin seeds. It's another great option. Magnesium, which also you get from pumpkin seeds, but you can also get that from spinach, which I don't eat a lot of spinach because of, I don't know, Paul Saladino says not to, so I kind of listen to him. But dark chocolate, like organic, raw, dark chocolate, has some magnesium in it. And then vitamin D, definitely get some vitamin D. It's great to get vitamin D from the sun, but not everybody lives where you can get good vitamin D year round. And in that case, eat some egg yolks, make sure that they're pasture raised. I have my own chickens, so I'm blessed to be able to eat free range chicken yolks anytime that I want, or some quality wild caught salmon. All those are suggestions. The main thing, if you really have if all this seems too difficult, just try to avoid processed foods, processed sugars, and seed oils. Seed oils are basically every single oil you'll see on any ingredient label other than extra virgin olive oil, preferably cold pressed and organic, avocado oil, but even that can be kind of junky every once in a while. Everything else, pretty much stay away from. There's some diet tips. Now let's talk about exercising the right way. This is the third natural way to increase and boost your testosterone levels. And it really comes down to resistance training, which is heavy weight training, and high intensity interval training, or HIIT, as a lot of people see. They don't really know what that means. High intensity interval training. If we focus on heavy compound movements like a bench press, a squat, a deadlift, and incorporate a high intensity interval training, which is 20 to 30 minutes, somewhere around there, of sprints or just high intensity, really jacking that heart rate up, combining those two in every workout you do 4 to 5 days a week can really help with not only strength, but there's so much that happens during a great workout. You release endorphins where you feel good. You feel better, and then obviously it helps to boost your testosterone because your body has to answer the call. That's the cool thing. Our body is like this crazy little AI computer that internally knows what it needs to do for you to survive, because your body doesn't want you to die. It doesn't want you to be overweight. It doesn't want you to be out of shape. It doesn't want you to go into cardiac arrest. It doesn't want any of these things. Unfortunately, the environment that we put ourselves in and a lot of the food that we consume, it does the opposite of what our body wants us to do. But if you put your body in a situation where it has to answer the call, it's kind of impressive how it just is designed to do that. But I would also like to add that you want to avoid overtraining. And that's why if you're gonna do heavy compound movements and high intensity interval training, try to do it 4 to 5 days a week. Give yourself a couple of days where you can rest, do some light jogging, some movement, some yoga, stuff like that. Because overtraining can also lead to an increase in cortisol, which is gonna do the opposite. It's actually going to harm your testosterone levels more than help, in my experience and from what I've researched. The fourth natural way to boost your testosterone is to manage your stress. Seems easy to say it on camera. It's a little more difficult. But let's talk about why it's important. You see, chronic stress elevates your cortisol, and elevated cortisol lowers testosterone. So here's some things we can do to help manage stress. You can practice mindfulness or meditation or prayer. As you see, I love Jesus, so praying is a big part of my life. And when I incorporate praying into my day multiple times a day, it helps lower the stress, because I know that I can't handle everything on my own. And thank God that we have Jesus, and he helps me through a lot of my stressful situations. You can try grounding. Like we talked about earlier, it's a good way to help balance your circadian rhythm out, but also it's a good way to balance your stress. By going for barefoot walks through the grass, getting on the ground, taking your shoes off, getting off the concrete and connecting to the earth. There's been so many crazy studies that show it actually helps reduce inflammation, and reduced inflammation will help lower your stress. And then this is also easier said than done, but take short breaks. Like if you're working, my wife's a first grade teacher's assistant and she doesn't really get a break. Her breaks consist of helping kids during her break. So her stress levels have increased since she started working, which is sad to see, but so many other people deal with the same thing. Try to take short breaks, take a short walk, get away from people. Interacting with people is so great, but it's also okay to take a short 5-minute break to yourself, go trap yourself in a room or go for a walk outside, but just take a break. It's okay. And then the fifth natural way to boost your testosterone might be my favorite, and I absolutely do this every day of my life when I'm home. And when I travel, I try to find ways to do this. And this is contrast therapy. It's also a really great way to help combat stress. But here's how it works. Basically, you get into cold water, a cold plunge, take a cold shower. And when you do this, this actually will help reduce inflammation and boost dopamine, which is that feel-good chemical in your brain. It just makes you feel good. And then saunas or anything hot, using hot water, using a hot tub, but primarily using a sauna, that's going to help with circulation and detoxification. Now, I know there's some people who say a sauna is not going to detox you, but it is going to make you sweat and it is going to help with your blood circulation. And when you combine the two, do a 15-20 minute sauna session and then jump immediately into a cold plunge or a cold shower for 1 to 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be that long. That contrast does all these wonderful things. There's so much that happens during contrast therapy, and it's a feeling that I wish everybody could experience, because once you do it once, you're like hooked. It's like a drug that's good for you. But if you don't have access to both and you can't do both at the same time, I'd recommend doing a 2 to 5 minute cold plunge 5 days a week if possible. And then sauna therapy, I would recommend doing a 15 to 20 minute session 4 to 5 days a week. Doing it 7 days a week, extra credit. You're always gonna feel better when you get out of these things. So if you can incorporate some contrast therapy into your life, I would highly recommend it. And I do have links with discount codes to a lot of the top recommended cold plunges and sauna companies on the market. Down in the description below, you can check out. So there's 5 great natural things that you can do that will help naturally boost your testosterone levels. But let's say you're doing all those things, because I was doing all of those things. I was doing them consistently. I was holding myself accountable. I had friends helping hold me accountable. I had blokes helping hold me accountable. And my testosterone levels weren't jumping the way I thought they would. They did rise, but I was still at the very, very, very low end of normal, and I wasn't feeling the best, and I knew there was more for me. So that led me down the path of some supplements. So let's talk about some supplements that you could take and you could try to help boost your testosterone. And I'm gonna kind of rapid fire through some of these. The first one is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha naturally helps lower your cortisol and enhances the body's ability to produce testosterone. I like taking ashwagandha at night before I go to bed. I also have it in a supplement that I take in the morning as well. The second supplement is vitamin D. Best way to get vitamin D is get outside and get 20 to 30 minutes of sunlight every single day. But the sad part is most people are deficient in vitamin D, and it is essential for testosterone synthesis. The third is zinc. Zinc is key in testosterone production, and it's also essential for helping to prevent estrogen production or conversion. The fourth is magnesium. And once again, 8 out of 10 people in America are deficient in magnesium. Magnesium helps get into deep sleep, helps reduce stress, and all of that indirectly helps boost testosterone. Remember, if you can get great sleep, that's where testosterone is primarily produced. So we need to focus on getting quality sleep. And if there's a good supplement that helps with that, why not, right? And then the fifth one is fenugreek. Fenugreek. If I'm saying it wrong,
just make fun of me in the comments below.
Fenugreek contains compounds that help increase your free testosterone and increase your libido. And I know some people watching this are gonna be like, what about Tongkat Ali? There's a market for everything, guys. These are the 5 top supplements that will actually help boost your testosterone more naturally, allow your body to create more testosterone and convert more testosterone. In my research and in my experience, I've taken Tongkat Ali and I've tried all these other things and I never felt a difference at all. So this list of supplements is the supplements that if we can get from our natural diet, we should, but they're also very affordable to just get. You can order some quality ones on Amazon, or you can use some of the links down in my descriptions, whatever you want to do. These are some good ones to give a try to. So now we've talked about natural ways, we've talked about supplements. Let's say we tried all of it and we haven't seen an increase, and we're staying committed, we're staying super true, and we're working with blokes, and we're watching, and the numbers just aren't getting to the level that we really know they can, let's talk about hormone replacement therapy. So before we jump right into TRT, let's talk about, when is it time to consider TRT? When's it time to consider, okay, I've tried it all and nothing has worked, I still feel junky all the time. Is it time to take TRT? And listen, I've taken TRT. I'm currently taking TRT. I'm taking a very low dose, and I'm okay sharing that. I'm not trying to become a professional athlete. I just want to feel optimized, and I truly feel optimized in my life right now. I'm really, really happy. And I want to share that. I hope this encourages some people out there. Like, I don't care what people think of me. I had to stop caring what people think of me and start caring about what I think of me. And really, that's kind of the most important thing. And I hope that this doesn't turn a lot of people off, but if it does, it is what it is. And I'm totally okay, because I want to encourage the one person watching this that if you've tried all the things and you're not feeling optimized and you're not feeling good about yourself, everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody should feel good about themselves. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about my real experience with all this, and let's talk about who is TRT for. If the natural things combined with the supplements hasn't increased your testosterone scores to the levels that you want, or the levels that they should be at least to the middle to the upper end of normal, well, it might be time to consider testosterone replacement therapy. But there's a couple other things inside of this that I also want to talk about. I mean, if you've changed your lifestyle and you are getting great sleep and you are eating the right diet and you are working out regularly and you're managing your stress, if all of this is happening and you're taking the supplements and your same feelings of yourself are just still there, well, this might be a good opportunity to work with a company like Blokes and Joi, or whoever you want to try to figure out a better solution. TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, is an option for most, but doctors need to prescribe it. Don't go out black marketing, buying TRT. You never know what you're putting inside your body. Please don't do that. But there's another option. It's called enclomiphene. Enclomiphene is a medication that you take orally, and it stimulates your body's natural testosterone production. It does so by signaling the pituitary gland to make testosterone. This is ideal for men who want to maintain a high level of fertility while improving testosterone levels. Real story for me, I have a vasectomy. I've had 4 kids, very fertile, super blessed, had 4 beautiful, amazing kids, and then got a vasectomy. And that's when I started kind of diving down, okay, like, I'm tired of feeling like crap. I want to feel better about myself. Started working with blokes, started taking enclomiphene after making a bunch of lifestyle changes. I was not a hyper responder to enclomiphene. Some people are. Some people can take enclomiphene and it changes everything for them. The cool thing, and this is TMI, but I think it's important for people to know, when you take enclomiphene as opposed to TRT, your body is still producing testosterone, which means your nuts don't shrink. I hate to say it on camera, but yeah, your genitalia doesn't go away, and that will happen on higher doses of TRT. A lot of my friends and people I know who have taken prescribed amounts of TRT have basically lost their nuts. And, to some people that matters, to some people that doesn't. To me, it matters. Part of how I am, and I don't want those to go away. So enclomiphene is a great option for people who want to maintain fertility. They want to maintain their testicles and potentially increase their testosterone. Unfortunately for me, enclomiphene didn't increase my testosterone levels to the mid-range of normal, which is what I was really going for. I wanted mid to upper range. I was doing all of the things, so I figured, why couldn't I get to the upper end of normal or above normal? That was my goal, right? Mid-30s, young dude, super active all the time. I'm full-time content creator now, so I got time to work out. Why not, right? So I took enclomiphene for a solid 6 months and didn't see the jump that other people have experienced. And this is when it might be time to ask about TRT. So testosterone replacement therapy safely, if using a service like Blokes or a doctor, and it's doctor prescribed, safely restores your testosterone levels under medical supervision, of course, and that's when it would be safe. The benefits, like we talked about, are improved mood, better sleep, more muscle mass, higher libido, and more energy. And summarizing all that, just an enhanced sense of well-being. You just feel better. You just feel better when your testosterone levels are higher. The one thing I have changed is I have started working with blokes, and I have went down the path of taking a low dose of testosterone, and I've never felt better in my life. It's just If there was one thing, like people try drinking alcohol and try drugs, and I don't recommend any of that. I don't drink. I haven't drank a sip of alcohol in over a year. It's one of the other changes that you might want to consider is just stop drinking alcohol, stop smoking cigarettes, stop smoking weed. Not, once again, no judgment, but if you're trying to feel better without numbing the pain, because unfortunately that's kind of what all that other stuff does, increasing your testosterone levels is a way to do it. Because I've tried it all. I've drank, I've smoked weed, done drugs, I've tried all that stupid stuff in my past. None of it made a difference in my health and in my life like having increased testosterone levels has. Not encouraging anyone to do it that doesn't need it. Not encouraging anyone to just go start taking testosterone. Don't go buy it on Amazon, whatever. I don't know if you even can. But I would definitely say that in my personal experience, increasing my testosterone levels has been a direct impact in so many areas of my life. I wish this on everybody. I wish that feeling on everybody. And here's the thing. TRT is safe. It's been around for a long time. Now, there's ways to take it that's not safe, but mine is prescribed to me by a doctor. I'm under medical supervision. I'm on an extremely low dose of TRT. It's tailored to me. It's tailored to my lifestyle, to my goals. It's tailored to me. There's no one size fits all approach to this. And that's the crazy part. There's a lot of clinics out there that can prescribe testosterone that unfortunately, they just kind of have like a blanket prescription. And I was subject to that at one point. I hate to even say that because I'm not calling them out because it's just what it's what a lot of people do. But it was like, hey, you need to take this and you need to take it this amount and you need to take it blah, blah, blah. And it was wild. It was just absolutely wild. My back started breaking out. I started feeling really, really weird and I stopped. I was like, I don't like this. That didn't feel right. That was too much. You don't need a lot. Potentially you don't need a lot. Potentially you don't need any. Hopefully you don't need any, but if you do, just know that you want to work with a company or you want to work with a clinic or a doctor who is prescribing you the amount you need based off of you specifically. And that's one of the reasons I love working with blokes is this isn't just like a call like, hey dude, you need some more tea, blah, blah, blah. No, we do my blood work. We check my deficiencies. We check the areas of improvement. We check areas that it may have gone back a little bit. We check my hormones. We talk about my lifestyle. We talk about my diet. We talk about changes that I've made in my life, my stress level, my sleep, and it's tailored to me. And that's probably the coolest thing is like, even if I wasn't talking about testosterone on this video and I was just talking about all the other things that Blokes and Joi has done for me and my wife, there's so much more than just testosterone. I might have to make a couple more videos on some of the other things we've done, but testosterone just seems to be one of those like taboo subjects that you're either all on board with it or you're all off board with it. And I just wanted to make a video that was a little more personalized to hopefully help encourage some people out there that it's not the end of the road for you. There's some options to feel better. And hopefully I went over quite a few of them in this video that you can try. Maybe you have tried, but maybe give you encouragement to try them a little more. And if I could encourage anybody watching this, like where to start, one of the things I realized when I started working with Blokes and Joi and I started telling my friends about it, they're like, oh yeah, I got my blood work done before. By who? Oh, like I went to Winn-Dixie and got my blood work done, or CVS or something like that. Okay, like, and did you get a full comprehensive lab? Did you get to see everything? Did you talk to a doctor about your levels? Did they educate you at all on what's going on inside your body? And the answer is usually, nah. Here's the difference, because I've done that too. The difference between what I've experienced with Blokes and Joi versus other companies, other clinics, other doctors out there, is that this is what they do. Their goal is to help us optimize our health. Like that's their only goal. It's not to give us a piece of paper so we can go play a sport. It's not to, or to go into a service or anything like that. It's to optimize our health. That's their only job. Their only job is to help us optimize our health, and they're gonna go over all the options and strategies for you specifically based off of your lifestyle. And that's why I love recommending them. I would encourage you, if you haven't started yet, find that link in my description. It'll pop it up on the screen, whatever. Just schedule a consultation, use my discount code. It'll save you a bunch of money, whatever. It's worth it. It's not expensive. It's definitely money well spent. Get the education, find out what's going on under the hood inside your body. You're a unique individual and you deserve to know what's actually going on. You can't really like go somewhere if you don't know where you're starting. So get started. And I know this video is going on a little long, but this is like it's a passionate subject, and I really just want to help. I want to help people understand, like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an athlete, I'm not anything crazy. I'm a normal dad, I'm a normal dude who just wants to live a happier, healthier life. And I think if we're all being honest, we can all somewhat relate. So here's the deal. Testosterone is essential. It's essential for vitality. It's essential for our mood, for our confidence, and for our overall health and well-being. I want to encourage you to start with the natural methods that we went over. If those don't work, double down on some of the supplements. Not double down, don't take double the dose, but just do the natural things, and take some supplements. Diet, exercise, focus on your sleep, your stress management. If you can, do some contrast therapy. Try to do it every night, every day if you can. Use the supplements as needed. And then remember that hormone therapies like enclomiphene and TRT, as long as it's prescribed by a medical professional who cares about you, it is safe and it is effective under proper guidance. And then the last thing I want to say is just get started. I recommend Blokes for men and Joi for women. I do. But no matter what you do, just take control of your health today. Don't just do it for you, do it for your spouse, do it for your family, do it for your kids, do it for your grandkids. Take control of your health. I appreciate you for watching. I know this was a long one. Hopefully it was worth it. If you got to this point in the video, I want you to know that I love you, I care about you, and I thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, pop them down in the comments below. Let's try to keep them super positive. If you have any personal questions that you don't want to put out there in the YouTube comment world, reach out to me on Instagram privately, send me a message. It's DMosh Jr. on Instagram. I love engaging and helping and answering questions. And I just want to be an open book and share my experiences. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of great brands, work with a lot of great products, and test out a lot of great products. And I know the things that have worked for me, and I know the things that have not. And I get a lot of feedback from people. So if you have any personal questions, feel free, seriously, to reach out to me on Instagram or just pop them down in the comments below or anything like that. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video, my friends. Have a great day, and God bless. And hey, before you go, check out this video or this video next. I think this video might interest you, but YouTube thinks this video might interest you. So click this one or this one. Either of these videos, I think will be worth the watch. So just check those out.